You're profusely bleeding on people who never cut you in efforts of getting an answer to a question that has left unresolved. And that is, am I lovable and who will love me? Hey, my name is Sean, Coach Sean. We do relationship coaching and efforts of helping so many people heal and do relationships the right way. And a part of doing this healing work, first and foremost, is always honesty. And we have to be honest in this space, and really specifically to the ladies in this conversation, because when you don't get what was needed from places of origin, you will find yourself looking for people to give something they don't have the capacity to give, and it will cause you to be looking for love in all the wrong places. You know, when the first breakup happened, you began questioning, are you lovable and who will love you? When the rejection happened, that made you second guess whether or not you should have even reached out and said anything, should have admitted feelings, or should have just simply addressed anything. Now we're back to square one, and it seems like it's all pointless. Meeting another guy, disgusting. Getting to know somebody from square one, not the move. And yet you've been prolonging all of this in efforts of really trying to find the answer to the question, am I lovable and who will love me? Maybe a father wound, a mother wound. So many people down the line in your family who have not really gotten an answer to the same question. And so it fell on you. Now here you are searching for the same answer. It came through sex. It came through many relationships. It came through putting your body on display. Came through body image struggles, comparison struggles, and it all stems back to the question that hasn't been answered. I really want to just share this few thoughts with you as you're in efforts of really trying to find this. Number one is that in a marriage, it won't be found. A marriage will not clean up that mess, because what we end up doing is putting expectations on spouses who don't have the capacity to answer such a question to a level of satisfaction. This is actually what leads to potential greater divorce rates. This is what leads to potential disheartening experiences where you expected marriage to be one thing, but it was really something different. Because of that, there is no level of satisfaction that can be reached, no level of peace that can be achieved. Nothing's ever good enough from him or from the connection, all because of an effort of trying to put an expectation on your spouse who's incapable of answering the question to the level it must be answered. Number two, you won't find this in your success. You won't find this in performance. You won't find this in your body image. You won't find this in the cosmetic surgeries and efforts of trying to keep up with every other woman who's doing something different that now seems to be the new wave of attraction, but really is toxicity disguised. You won't find it. Where you will find it, though, is really harboring on a relationship with love that is greater than anything anybody else could ever give you earthly. And that love is the greatest love, which in essence is Christ, because he is the one who's able to answer such a question that no matter the many men you may try to connect with to try to find such an answer to, they could never answer it to the degree that Jesus could. You know, the woman at the well, it's a really good resource to stick in here, because she had married 5 men, and the one that she was with in that time of meeting Jesus wasn't hers. Jesus calls all this out, and then eventually tells her while sitting at the well that he is the well that never runs dry. What's so interesting is that describing himself as the living water is actually a really good description, without getting too deep into the weeds and the details of this, is him simply identifying that in him is the life that she ultimately has been looking for through all these other men she's encountered. She's looking for an answer to what her soul is deeply craving that these previous marriages couldn't even get out of. She couldn't get it. She couldn't find the answer. She couldn't get the connection. And she had been putting godlike expectations on these men who could only reach human capacities. I think that's a reflection of a lot of not just women, but people. How we can quickly get lost in the weeds and put godlike expectations on people who just simply don't have the capacity to be for us what maybe somebody else in the line of life was supposed to be but couldn't. And no matter how much you try, it just isn't filled. Well, Jesus actually fills this. The love you're really looking for is not found in the man that you have been praying to God for all this time. It's actually found in God himself. And when you become stable in that, the love that a man could give in addition to that is simply that, an addition. It's not something that is going to define your worth or your existence. because you were already winning prior to having him. And when you're able to get that question answered through what Christ does for humanity on the cross, proving that you're lovable and proving that he is the one who loves you the greatest, no matter the love you might have pursuing you, you will not put godlike expectations on them to be something for you they can't be. But rather, this allows you to let them be who they are while you remain who you are, and allowing the relationship to cultivate in a healthy way with healthy expectations and something that's sustainable. I hope this made sense. If it did, type "caught it" in the comment section below, and follow for more as we continue navigating through healing and doing relationships the right way. We start with us doing the healing work on ourselves first, which sometimes looks like us just becoming honest with some of the expectations that we're putting on others to answer questions that our souls are craving that only God can, that allows us to live a life of greater abundance, not bondage.